it's your old pal, Mrs. Springer. Jesus bless you, I miss you. Today's advanced decoding video is going to talk about when vowels aren't a team. I'm assuming if you're watching this video that you already know how to use all 6 kinds of syllables to figure out words, and now you're ready for some trickier stuff, like when we have 2 vowels together, but they aren't working to make one sound. There are 2 rules about this that you need to understand. The first one, the first time way that this will happen is if the vowels are not a usual team. So you know about OW says ow, and you know about AI says a, but some vowels aren't meant to be teams. I doesn't really play really well when it comes first with any other vowel besides E. And so IA, not a team. II, although rare, not a team. IO and IU, not a team. EO, usually not a team. UA and UO, not a team. But anytime you see a pair of vowels and you can't think of the one sound they make, they're probably not a usual team, and they're gonna make 2 sounds, not 1 sound. The other time that you'll see this happen is when you're reading and trying vowel sounds in a word, and the usual sound or one of the sounds that team can make doesn't make a real word. And so you're going to have to try another strategy. Let's take a look at how these 2 rules can work in some real words. Now, even if you know these words, remember, play along and see if we can use this strategy to help us. Even if it's a familiar word, we see how it works, and then when it's an unfamiliar word, we can still use it. We spot the vowels in this word. I see an E all by itself, and then I see an IA, and I go, that's not a usual team. So I'm going to give each one of those their own spot. That means that I'm going to have 3 syllables instead of 2. Look at what's between the E and the I. It's a D. Usually we try pushing it to the back first, which means that the first syllable is going to be open syllable. The E will say its name, me. Now, when we have 2 vowels that are not being a team, that first vowel is always going to be an open syllable. However, in this case, remember, I can sometimes sound like an E, especially at the end of a word. So even though this looks like it would be die, it's actually going to be D. So we have me, D, and then the last A, even though it's open, it's going to be at the end of the word, lazy schwa, it's going to say So this word is media, media. And media is ways to communicate. Maybe you do it through social media, like Instagram or Twitter, or media like television or movies or newspaper. Any way to communicate with people is media. Let's take a look at this word. I spot an E. I spot an EO. That's not a usual team, and so I'm going to spot them separately. When I look at what's between these first 2 E's, it's just a T. I'm going to push it to the back. So that makes my first syllable open. I got another me at the beginning. Here, remember that first vowel of the not a team is going to be an open syllable, so it's going to say its name, T, me, T, and then we have or at the end. Meteor, meteor. That's one of those big rocks that comes from space and crashes into Earth. Meteor. Let's look at this word. UE is a team. And usually it will say use name, you or oo. But if I try that in here, fluent or fluent, that doesn't make a real word. So let's try separating those 2 vowels. That's that second rule. If it doesn't make a real word, try separating. So we're going to do that. We're going to make those separate vowels. Remember, that makes this first syllable open, flew, and then ent, fluent, fluent. And fluent is when something's smooth. If you read fluently, you read smoothly. Last one, I can say ooh. And that's a team. like in fruit or suit. But when we say this, rune isn't a word. So we have to separate them and see what happens. We're going to spot them separately. First syllable, open, ru. Second syllable, in, ruin. And you know what that means. If somebody ruins something, they have damaged it or made it so that you can't use it anymore. All right, I'm going to give you a sentence. I want you to listen to it and see if you can either write it down or think about how it would look, and then I'll show you how it would look. If you want to write the sentence down, you can go ahead and pause the video after I say the sentence and then give it a shot. So here we go. The giant meteor crashed into the museum. The giant meteor crashed into the museum. One more time. The giant meteor crashed into the museum. Now, I'll show you what that should look like. The giant, there we have an I and A, not a team. Meteor, which we showed you before, crashed into the museum. E and U, not a team, so we hear them separately. And there's my meteor crashing into the art museum. Oh no! I hope you read lots and learn lots. I miss you. Jesus bless you. Bye-bye.